Hi, I'm Lori and welcome to our channel. This is one of my solo performances and Bill's behind the camera. So today Bill and I went to Doppio Zero, and it's a well-known pizza place or Italian restaurant in Silicon Valley, and they're well known for their Neapolitan style pizzas. After tasting their pizza and enjoying their meatballs, we decided that we were going to finally make a Neapolitan style pizza. I came home and I started researching a variety of recipes, and I think this is one of the easiest ones. Most of them use baker's yeast, but I am substituting instant dry yeast for the recipe, but I'm handling it in the traditional way where they make a solution of flour and water and salt before they add the yeast to prevent the yeast from being damaged by the salt. So here we go. So in my bowl I have my cold water, and I'm going to add salt, and then I'm going to add 10% of the flour. It doesn't have to be exact. And then we're going to mix that up into a solution, and this is supposed to prevent, I guess, the yeast from being damaged or killed by the salt solution. And then I'm going to add my instant dry yeast. And then add the remaining flour. So this is a really simple recipe. It's a 72-hour dough. It doesn't even require that you ferment at room temperature or do anything. And you knead only for about 5 minutes. You can mix the first part in a bowl until all the ingredients are incorporated. And I found that if you put a wet towel under your bowl, it keeps it from being so noisy and rocking in its place. Oh dear, I didn't put my spoon rest here. Now I got stuff all over my table. Okay, now I'm gonna just let this sit for about 5 minutes, or 15 minutes. Well, our Neapolitan pizza dough has been resting for 15 minutes, and this is actually a kind of combination of various Neapolitan recipes. The primary one is Stadler Made, and he even has a pizza calculator on his website to help you determine what the level of ingredients. So this is a 65% hydration. We're using sea salt because he emphasized that it doesn't have any additives, and salt is not only for flavor, but helps with gluten development, and it's also antibacterial. So I'm going to knead this dough for 5 minutes.
Would you like me to set a timer?
Yeah, could you set a timer, Bill, for 5 minutes?
Hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
There's different ways of kneading. I just roll it and put it aside in front of me. Some people, I guess, pull their dough out like that and fold it over, but I think this is the easiest. And what we're going, this recipe is enough for 2 pizza doughs of 250 grams each. And we're going to cook it Neapolitan style, aren't we? At super high heat. And hopefully we won't burn it.
And we'll do that in a separate video.
Right. And the dough should be getting smoother and smoother and easier to handle over the 5 minutes. And what we're going to do is put it in the refrigerator, divide it in half, put it in the refrigerator, and let it proof for 72 hours. And that's to slow the yeast fermentation down and also develop a lot of flavor. And it's supposed to increase the rise of your dough. That's why I picked it. It's almost been 5 minutes, and some people knead in this direction, 2 hands. And actually after 5 minutes you get kind of tired, so might be good to do it with 2 different hands. 5 minutes seems like a long time to me. Okay.
Okay, Google, cancel.
So I'm just going to cut this dough in half. And you can bulk ferment the whole dough, but I like to make my pizza balls. And then they're ready to freeze if I want to use them. And I have this plastic container coated with a little olive oil, or you can use flour. The dough is still pretty sticky. And during the 72 hours, it will flatten out. Okay. So now we're just going to cover it up. And if you're using plastic wrap, you might want to also include a damp towel to prevent a skin from forming on the dough. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 72 hours. And we'll see you when we're ready to cook. Thank you.